Welcome everybody to the Worship and Nonsense podcast. We got me and Aaron. I said hello to you.
Hello.
Hey,
hello.
How are you?
I am swell, Sam. Let me tell you, there's a lot happening in the world of Christians this week.
Let's tell you about all the doofuses
real quick,
Christianity
real quick. Shout out to all of you that are watching on YouTube,
brand new
Spotify.
Listeners.
Make sure, number one, you comment where you're from. Number two, subscribe to the channel, or tell us why we are trash. Tell us why we are trash, because we don't know. There's a lot of you watching.
I'm not trash. Maybe
if we're
Aaron.
trash, tell us. Or if you like us, say something.
You know the amount of people I've been on YouTube watching, and I think, oh my God, like and subscribe. And here I am. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell.
Yo, it's real. It's real. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
So because we're going to get into some doofuses in Christianity today and end up, I'm probably going to get heated. I have some good music for you for your church.
Okay, let's get it.
Hopefully you have the chops to play this song. And if you don't, that's why multi-tracks exist. Multi-tracks. Hit us up. I would tell you more about multi-tracks, but they don't sponsor us. If they did, I would tell you all about their program. But let's go ahead and get into this. If you're a little too CCM, this is to broaden your horizons.
Okay, let's hit it. So, and we'll go over the music part after. I have to pull that up. But yeah. Let's check out the song. What's the song called?
Draylin Young, Child of God. He has a new solo project coming out.
I was lost, I was bound, couldn't find a solid ground. I was blind,
come on,
couldn't see how you called me royalty. But in just
this is from the UIPC, the United International Pentecostal Church denomination. Bro, when they do the verse 2, they spice it.
Let's go.
You hear that? Is that chugging guitar? And I would like to shout out that like half the guys on these bands, they all have their own YouTubes. Okay. So I forget their names, but like Louis Paccio, I'm butchering his name probably. Okay. He has his own YouTube and socials. The guy who records and plays bass has his own stuff, and then the keys player has his own stuff. But let's hear this verse 2 again, because they got some unison lines.
That is nice.
They got some unison lines, bro.
Okay, let's check it out.
Let's hit this again. These people are dancing. You got 20 singers who actually know how to sing right here. Like this guy, that bass player has a YouTube. It gets better, bro. I think we should listen to the whole song.
got the white boy. bass player is nasty.
Dude. All right. Killer. Hopefully you had a little bit of fun listening to that. That's what's up. But I want to shout out all these guys' YouTubes because they crush it. So you got Draylin Young also, who's obviously leading this.
Who's that again? Say that again.
Draylin Young.
Okay. Shout out.
Travis Dykes is a bass player. He's also one of the engineers.
Okay.
And then you got Julian Tabarez, who is the piano player.
Okay.
And then just one of the other guys in that group, his name is Louis Paccio, and he makes content too. All of them make content. You should go check them out and see what they do. They play a lot of fun gospel music, and they also they vlog. He sells his tracks independently on his website.
Got it.
They all vlog like the behind the scenes recording and traveling and doing music. So you should hit them up and see what they do.
So how did you find these people?
I don't necessarily. I think I've been so deep in worship leader algorithms.
Okay.
That they're like, they do a lot of like IEM mixes and stuff like that. And they ended up on my feed one day.
Okay.
And I realized like 5 of them all kind of live in the same world. But yeah, so he sells all his resources on his website, draylinyoungmusic.com, and you can get his multi-tracks, vocal charts, band charts, all that stuff.
That's dope, man.
He's dope. He's got a previous project that's amazing too.
That's awesome. I really enjoyed that. I think that high energy, it will be very tricky to play that song.
Well,
in a church.
You know, you could simplify it. Like you gotta have to play that.
You gotta have some dogs, bro.
You gotta have some good music.
Can you imagine? I am a child. They're
turning at halftime.
Yo, that song is fire.
Yeah,
I do like it.
Fire song.
I'm like, yeah, bro. You gotta.
They have more. Let me say this: they have still musically diverse taste that is more playable.
Got it. Got it. Cool.
But,
yeah, that was dope. I really like that a lot.
And you know, I would bring up a certain song that came out recently,
Elevation
by Elevation.
Let's talk about that later. So
I don't want to review it.
I do. So
I do, but they keep knocking our crap down.
So audio version, baby.
Hey, Elevation, audio version. Stop copywriting us and just share. Just share it. Take the money. We have no problem with you taking the money. There is no money to even be made off of us. We're just trying to get the music out there.
Yeah, that's how you know we a ghetto pod. We just switched the camera right in the middle. I don't care.
Yeah, that's
okay.
fine.
So we have a video. That was sent from my wife.
Yes.
I have not watched.
I have seen it.
I have not watched this.
This is from Transformation Church, and they invited Tim Ross. If you don't know Tim Ross, he has a podcast.
Now, is he on staff?
No, he is not. He is.
What is he to them?
So technically, from what I understand of the relationship, is Tim Ross is like Mike Todd's pastor. Tim Ross is.
Does he have his own church?
He used to have a church that he was a pastor at, but he just ended that because he has a podcast and a leadership thing that he just started. Like he's did
homie get fired?
No, he did not.
He just left his church.
He left his church because, to be honest, he had a lot of traction under him on his podcast and under him as
so Mans took the internet route instead of saving the flock.
Yeah, and so he's also got a strategy like church leadership consulting. Yeah.
Do you agree with that? I feel like you would be very mad if anybody else did that.
Honestly, man, I think he saw the opportunity and went for it. I think it is a bit of a grab, to be honest. But at the same time, I don't find him to be all that awesome. And this clip is Exhibit Z for me.
As a local church pastor, how do you feel about this dude?
That was a stupid move. He shouldn't have done it. But at the end of the day, I don't I don't view him as like, oh, that's a loss to the church. I don't.
Savage.
Like I don't think that's a loss to the church.
Okay,
he acts like an entrepreneur, not a pastor.
Got it. All right, let's see. What we doing? Let's make sure this audio's hot.
Yeah.
Okay,
I can't believe he said this. Oh my God. I cannot believe.
We don't make it rain on booty cheeks. We don't make it rain on strippers.
Keep watching.
We only reverence one stripper.
One stripper.
And that's the one that took off glory.
Hey, watch how
to put on humanity.
Watch how he says this next
and
part.
then get butt naked on a cross to die for both you and me. The only
Bruh. Wait, he said what? Jesus got butt naked on the cross? He said, did he just say Jesus got butt naked on the cross?
We reverence one stripper.
What?
Keep watching. It's not over.
Stripper I'm in love with.
There's only one stripper I'm in love with. It's Jesus. This church is going nuts.
And he's the one that puts that bread in my pocket. That bread in my pocket. I got 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 bread.
Turn this off. Turn that off. Turn this crap off. What?
We
ain't doing that.
This is no loss to the church. That he's not a lead pastor anymore. So context here, he's basically preaching a bit of a prosperity sermon about money and about God multiplying your life, and then decides, as he's talking about money, to reference that we don't make it rain on booty cheeks.
Gosh,
fam. All that makes me ask is like, are you making it rain on booty cheeks?
Hold on, we gotta finish.
I got bread in my pocket. 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 I got bread in my pocket.
And you know the sad part? You hear Osby back there just going for it. I got bread in my pocket.
With that beautiful army. I got bread in my pocket.
I can't, dude. This just came out after the ransom.
This is trifling.
After the ransom.
After.
Yes.
So this was a service.
This is recently.
We find in the whole service.
It's up. It's up. They didn't erase this one.
They didn't?
No. I would wonder if they edited it.
Give me some more context. So what?
So this is like a multiplied, like God provision,
okay.
No. Go to transformation. Also, we need to watch that.
Which
By
one?
the way, right here, see the top one right here?
Okay.
He gets all hot for a minute and decides to basically do what he sent someone out to do that last week after ransom.
So which one? Is it Kingdom Part 2 or
Qualified to Multiply.
Yo, this is nuts.
Easy money.
This is nuts.
So, fam.
Thank you, wife. This is crazy.
I cannot believe. So, I was talking to our lead pastor about this today. He was like, I saw that, and he literally goes, yo, they just try to be pushing the envelope. Like, like they are just pushing.
Ain't no booty cheeks.
Yo, okay, let's listen to the context before this.
Unfortunately, again, you have to listen an hour to even get context. So clearly, this is like a moment that's happening. He's dropping it. He's dropping it. He's dropping it low on stage.
Like it's hot. Oh my gosh. I watched my last podcast and I was holding in.
That I got bread in my pockets.
He dropped this dude.
Talk about a prosperity gospel we're going for here.
This dude.
What happens when you don't got bread in your pockets?
Dude.
Is God not good?
Hold on. Can I go back one? Yo, where'd camera? Yo, what?
I got.
Yeah.
That is a pastor.
Bro, do you know the meeting I would have if I got up on a Sunday and did that? My lead pastor would be like, yo, fam, can we talk?
Yo.
Like, do you think that was necessary?
Yo, where? He's about to do it again. He's about to do it twice.
Guys, this is the church in 2023. Please pray for us.
Didn't Ruslan just had this dude on his platform?
Let's be honest. Let's talk about it. This dude runs in many circles. Many.
My man Ruslan had this guy.
We love Ruslan
on his podcast.
But here's the thing. Ruslan likes to be. I'll say this. Ruslan is a little bit of the mature version of us. He wants to hear all aspects. He wants the broad this and just hear the broad spectrum. Where we're just coming out here gunshots, bro, gunshots. Because this, I'm gonna be honest. This is the church in 2023, and this is sad.
This is sad, bro.
Sad. And I literally Ruslan just brought this up in a podcast where he talked about. He was like, we've rebranded the church and it's all culture now. And this is what I was getting to with the Easter crap. It's like, how do you know what line is culture and what, like we talk about secular versus sacred and that it doesn't technically need to be that way, but there is a line, bro, where that statement will do anything short of sin really, really skews who you can be as a church.
It's sad because
it's so bad.
If you remember last week, what did I say in my long explanation? Because I went back and listened, and that was too long. It was. That's why I don't talk.
You're like, let me concise.
Yeah, that's why I don't talk, guys. That's why he
simplify.
Talks. Bro, literally, where is the line? I said that last time. Yeah. Where does this go?
Where does the line?
Because if you're doing that.
So actually,
where does this go?
This is a good point. Let's pull up that video I told you to pull up.
Hold on. Can I finish watching this?
Yeah.
This triflingness. I want to use another word. All of those words. All of them, right?
Oh man.
All of them.
Censor.
Because let's give it up. Let's give it up though. This is the black church, man.
Oh man. This is
the black church.
You wildin'.
This is the freaking black church.
I am all about having fun.
Why can't Stephen Furtick do this? Why hasn't he got bread in his pocket? You know how ghetto this looks?
Well, Stephen Furtick has preached his own version.
He doesn't say that. But bro, why does this look like this?
Stephen Furtick is
how embarrassing this is?
He is not
when
getting
my
on
wife's
stage.
Like, yo.
Yeah. Stephen Furtick is not getting on stage and doing this. I can tell you that much.
Why does it have to be black folks? All right, we're this wrong podcast. Come on. It's the wrong one. My bad. Let's go.
He did it 3 times now.
He's about to do it again. 4 times. 4. They got this church out here looking crazy. This is my people. We out here looking crazy, bro. You can't say nothing. I'm gonna give it up. Look, Sam ain't in there. They got us looking wild, bro.
Hold on. You can't say I'm not in this. I grew up in black church, but I just grew up
passionate about that.
I grew up in holy sanctified black church, bro. Multi-ethnic, just holy ministry. You had to wear a suit. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now, my boy's coming up here saying, I got bread in my pockets, wearing some St. Laurent's and some leather. Now we know where the money's going.
Hey, shout out, though. He looked good, though. He does look good. But my gosh, man, Grandma. Was Grandma was alive? Can you imagine? What Grandma would say about this?
That is not good.
A couple more. Yo, look at
so this whole movie.
Look at these empty seats back here, though, by the way. Look at these empty seats. Just want to throw that out. I'm not hating, but yo,
I will say
we know this room is bigger than that.
You bought a whole NBA arena, and you're filling not even half of it. You know what's so? Can I be honest? You know what? I'm gonna get real pastoral here real quick.
All right, hold on. Let me switch the camera so we can clip it.
Can I be really honest with you?
Say what you need to say.
This church is located where?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Nope.
Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
I believe it's in
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
In inner city. This is a stadium that was in inner city, and you have pastors who probably, knowing what I just saw from Hillsong, they make over $100,000 a year into the $200,000 a year. I know Mike Todd is up there in $500,000 because he's got the books,
or if not $1 million,
and not it's up there. They're in an inner city culture where probably the average salary is 25 grand. And now you want to get on stage with your Gucci and your Louis Vuitton and talk about how people got bread in their pockets, but tomorrow those people got to go work at McDonald's, bro. What does the gospel in this aspect do for them? It's not the gospel. That does nothing for them.
The problem is Sam is right. This is so dangerous. This is dangerous because
this is not a millionaire church, bro.
It sets a precedent.
This is an inner city church.
It sets a precedent and it sets a depiction of what they want to show you. Even from the empty seat. You see this side here? There's a story. There's a picture of what they're communicating to you. And it's not reality, right? Bread in my pocket, this message, that church, that room. Sorry, it's the first time I'm come out against it. It's not as it seems.
No. And I'm going to be really honest too. I'm going to stop saying that. I'm always really honest. Dude, like they're actually trying to pastor, quote unquote, their online church more than their in-person church. That is wrong beyond all belief. No, listen, I'm not saying online church is wrong. What I'm saying is that you are catering more to an online presence than you are the people that you outreach to. Jesus' ministry was about presence ministry. He was in the presence of the sinners and the saints and the Sadducees and the Pharisees. And whether he was with their lifestyle or not, he was in their presence, breaking bread with them, doing life with them. And the people in those seats that they could be doing life with are not the people they're ministering to, and is not the gospel they're sharing. That's crap.
I agree. One day we will have the talk about in-person church versus online church.
Listen, I'm not saying
no. And this is kind of a devil's advocate take. That's not the first time I heard a local church pastor say that, where the emphasis is in person versus online. Now, while I agree with you that this church specifically is skewing the reality of their ministry and organization, and they are catering because they have such a dynamic speaker, and now speakers, worshipers, they are smart. They read the algorithm. They know exactly what they're doing.
I would say they are an online church.
Absolutely. There is a case for specifically online churches. So again, I would be disingenuous if I didn't stop you and say, "Hey, I understand where they're coming from."
And also, I will say, I know the bias I come from because we make sure that we do not live stream at our church.
That's a different discussion. That's not what I was speaking towards.
Yeah.
I just understand. Let's
I got
Yo, real quick. This screen look good though, don't it?
Yes, it does.
Are they streaming in 4K? Or this is a replay?
I have no idea.
This is like 4K HDR.
I got bread in my pocket. I got bread in my
Well, they got Chad Vega. They're rocking red cameras.
Give it away. We ain't gonna give it away.
Can I?
Yo,
I would love.
Okay, this slaps though. It kind of slaps.
That's fine. We can have fun in church,
Why
but
black
the
people here
whole
looking like
message
this?
behind it is a problem. I would love to know Chad Vega's viewpoint, because this man went from like creating culture and creating camera culture behind prophetic moments.
We need to
and now I wonder if he's sitting here like, okay, take
camera
5.
one, camera 5.
What are we doing?
Ready two,
or is he
two,
sitting
go
here
two.
like, this is a move of God.
Is he in the back?
Amazing. Like, dude, I would be sitting there.
Is
like,
he in the back?
what?
I got red in my pocket.
Like maybe, but like coming from two vastly different cultures. What is
we
he
should
thinking?
if you're watching this far, go to Twitter. Do this for us. Go to Twitter, at him. What's his name?
At him. We would love to talk. Chad Vega.
Let's hop on a Zoom.
We
might drop you like 50 bones. If you need some cash, let us know.
We'd love to know because it's such vastly different, just cultures, worship culture specifically. And to me, this is not worship. This is nonsense.
Yeah.
And that's why we're covering it.
That's what we're covering.
You got praise. We got praise. I got praise. We got praise.
Basically, my man said, let me have an outro.
Hey, pray. Everybody got praise. Pray. Everybody got praise. Yeah. Pray. Everybody got praise.
No, everybody does not got bread. I bet you half
Look
that.
Look at this guy right here. Look at this guy. Just focus on
Everybody got Everybody got I got bread in my pocket. Bread in my.
So wait. So I do want to.
So he comes up here making it rain. They're all making the symbol, and then he decides to go, you know what we don't make it rain on?
So that's the concept.
Yeah.
Everybody got praise.
That's the context, sweetie. Okay. I have to be done with it. Go to the...
Come on, bro.
Everybody got praise.
All right, we done. All right,
so now in this
my man said, bro.
Oh my gosh. So now he recently preached it again.
Oh gosh.
But in the context, go back to the so now he preached again in this
Kingdom
series, and Mike Todd after he preaches ends up responding.
Was this live in a service?
This was live in a service last week.
Do you think that they kept it?
Do I think that they kept it? I don't think so.
All right, keep talking real quick. What does Mike say?
So again,
I'm gonna try to find it.
I don't remember exactly what he says. That's why I want to watch it. But he basically peeps back. So he sends after the Easter service.
Break it down. So what happened in general?
He sends out a woman on staff, an executive pastor on staff, to I know.
I'm just gonna keep going.
He sends out an executive pastor on staff to address the hate and the comments and all that stuff we watched a couple days ago about ransom. But now, and I told you, I think it's funny that he's not the loudest in the room when things aren't going his way. Now he decided that he's going to peep up and say what he wants to about it and get on stage and make some, again, almost the same point, but in a actual like emotional response way. And so he's definitely in this clip like responding emotionally, because he even says like I'm gonna be hot for a minute. So I don't
we can't find out, so we gotta get this crappy YouTube clip.
It's fine.
All right, let's watch it. So this is Mike Todd response.
Yeah, this is kind of like I think it just kind of came out of him.
Perfect. My bad. Yeah, you did. My bad.
I did.
I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna be honest. Is it okay if I'm hot just for 1 second real quick?
Talk to him, dog. Talk to him.
The enemy
Okay, so clearly it's a spiritual thing.
Has been trying to convince me for 2.5 weeks to vacate my spot.
So after all this hate, he now explains that he has a spiritual attack. Could be real, could be not. But we're making this way more spiritual than it is. And we're saying now it's made him question if he should be a lead pastor or not. Did you interpret it that way? My spot?
And believe the lies of people who don't know me. Can I be honest, y'all? Can we humble, open, and transparent?
Humble,
I've
open,
had
and
people
transparent.
tell me that I was a false prophet. I've had people tell me that I serve the devil.
I wouldn't go that far.
I've had people tell me that I'm not fit to be a father.
But I don't know why anyone would say that if they don't know you.
I've had people who prophesied over me, rebuke me publicly, and never text me, never call me, never
hit my
pull
line,
up.
bro. I'll call you all day.
When their ministry needed help, we were there. But when stepping on me in this church could give them some views, they took the opportunity to gain 3 more followers.
Ooh, Ooh, he talking to us though.
Dude,
he talking to us though.
You know what's crazy though? No, he's sure.
Mike Todd. Hold on.
Sure, I'll definitely take that.
Hold on. Sponsored by Pepsi. Mike Todd.
Sponsored by Pepsi.
Did you see? Did you watch our show? Did you? Because we did exactly what you just said.
No, but what's
we
crazy?
Did exactly what you just said.
But you know what's crazy, bro? He's talking like about some specific ministry.
He talking about Ruslan?
He's helped.
He talking about Ruslan?
I don't know, but clearly he is because he's talking about churches he's helped. So he's clearly getting a little bit too.
Oh yeah, because they give away a lot of money,
bro.
Too.
He's clearly getting
Transformation
way too
Church,
personal.
y'all. Transformation Church gives out millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So maybe he's speaking at them.
So I don't know, man. There's clearly some personal things happening that he's letting out right now.
There's a local church pastor that I know of that has gotten money that came out in support. So
yeah,
there's that.
Let's see.
I can't be this real. Somebody's gonna cut this up too and make it say something that it didn't say.
We're not cutting anything.
Yeah, we are.
We're not cutting
this. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
I just want to let you know that we serve a God who is a keeper.
Okay.
That scripture that says he will keep your mind in perfect peace. If you would stay your mind on him. The enemy has tried to rob me of sleep. But then I started to look at the ministry of Jesus.
Bruh.
I had to go back to my example. I said, I'm not trying to prove nothing to nobody. God, you the one gave me ransom. I didn't want ransom. You did that. And I don't know anything demonic that
This
got
is what I'm talking
629 people saved. I don't know.
Oh my God. I didn't even watch all that. I can't believe I just heard that. Fam. So basically what he just said, he was a prophet of the Lord who received a whole production from God and God alone. So there's no reason there's fallacy or any issues with that, man. See, this is what I was talking about with the statement that came out from the executive pastor. There's no responsibility, bro. It's all like God had us do it. Let's take just a little bit of responsibility. And then, yeah, whatever.
But when I was looking at the ministry of Jesus,
I would love to know the marker
there were two
of
things
what
that elevated
saved
and
means to
spread
them.
the kingdom. It was miracles, and it was accusations and persecution. Those are the only two things that allowed the message to go. He would come in and do miracles, and then people would be like, yo, Jerome, y'all know Jerome who couldn't see? He can see now. Y'all know Carla that didn't have a hand?
True.
She has a hand now. And people would go telling the miracles, and then there was another group of people would be like, but he did it on the wrong day.
Bruh.
And I don't know if he got clearance to do that. And so it was the two dynamics that allowed the kingdom to be forcefully advanced.
Oh. That's a bold statement right there.
I don't know, it was somewhere around Monday that I told God, thank you for considering me and this church worthy to walk in the same level of miracles and adversity that you did. Everybody wants the miracle.
This is tough to get through, man. All right, while Sam does that, we're going to keep listening, but this is tough. This is tough.
But nobody wants to back. Today, I just want to come. This is for my church. And let me be very clear before somebody cuts this up. For my church. For the people who
God's
get their
church,
soul
bro.
fed here.
God's church, not your church.
I want to say thank you for being a church that believes in the vision, rides with your pastor, and is able to see heaven come down to earth. I just want to say thank you.
We're done. We're done with that.
Hold on. Is there any more?
Does he say more?
Yeah, he got more. He got a little more. We almost threw it. We almost threw it.
My skin is crawling. And you're just back here like, I hear that.
Bree, I told the team, I said,
amen, Pastor.
People are going to vote with their attendance. They're going to vote with their giving. They're going to vote with all of the things. They're going to unfollow. They're going to do all this other stuff. I said, the only way we lose is if we stop obeying God.
Okay.
Success is not followers, mentions, Instagram. Success is obedience. And if it's just 4 of us in here, we gonna rock this thing till the wheels
all
fall
his
off.
sermons.
The fact that I'm standing up here, you're looking at a miracle. The enemy tried to throw all the hell at me. But I'm telling you right now, we will stand and do what God has called us to do. If you like it, fine. If you don't, fine. But we will be found faithful. You're looking at a miracle. I dare you to get all your faith and say it out loud. Say, you're looking at a miracle.
Yeah, it's a miracle God has not smited you. Oh my God. Okay. So listen, this is
Talk to him, Sam.
This is serious business right here. Guys, we are trotting the line of heresy. Like, I'm not saying he's downright denying God or all these things, but this is trotting the line of biblical heresy, comparing your struggles and miracles in your church to Jesus Christ, the Son of God in the flesh. You cannot. No. Oh man.
So for the people like me in the room, it's like, what do you mean by heresy? A belief or an opinion contrary to the Orthodox religious, especially Christians, or especially the Christian doctrine.
So a belief or opinion contrary to Christian doctrine.
Okay,
is how I would say it. So it's not blatant heresy, but guys, this is wolves in sheep clothing, if we want to put it that way. I'm not saying he's from, like, I agree. There are some people who have said he's working with the devil. I don't think he's necessarily working with the devil, but I think there comes a point, man, where you get so in your own spot that you get so self-inflated that you think you can just say whatever on stage without there being checks and balances.
Here's the problem that I have.
Like, who
with your opinion?
I
have a problem with it. Here's why. Though there's parts of that is right. The issue that I have in the Christian religion, amongst believers, now you're in the waters that are muddy of interpretation. And somebody's spiritual interpretation for what they believe is true. I would argue, though we actually agree. Always, most of the time we do. Though you are right, that is genuinely what this dude believes. So,
no question,
how do you, Sam, others, right? Not just Sam, how can you dictate how he believes he's supposed to communicate the gospel? Or how can you take issue with it, but how do you call that heresy when this man...
I didn't say it was exactly heresy. I said we're trotting the line.
How are you not understanding of this man's... This dude sat up there and believed that what he is doing is right.
Yeah.
He believes that.
And whatever, like, I'll be in the group that he sits there and says, if you don't agree with it, fine. That's fine. But I think there is something to be said here about the fact that, again, let's get a little context. The week after Ransom, there is so much backlash that we even said, we personally felt he missed a mark. He gets so much backlash. He sends an executive pastor out to formally communicate
the next
week that their response will not be this and not be this
and not get you back.
And again, she communicated, and this is how you know it was him, the same, God called us to do this. And so now he is on stage saying all this backlash, all this stuff, God called us to do Ransom. All I'm saying is, we just talked about this at church, Sermon on the Mount, is Matthew 7. It's talking about true and false prophets, true and false disciples, followers of Jesus. And one of the things in that passage that Jesus reiterates twice is you will know them by their fruit. And you will know a situation if the tree bears good fruit or bad fruit, because diseased trees don't bear good fruit. And so this whole analogy speaks to, okay, so I'm not saying the whole tree is rotten, but what I'm saying is if something on the tree, it goes, that apple was diseased, that apple got a worm in it and it's no good anymore. Why are we saying, nope, my whole tree is good? You can't come against it because God planted the tree.
I get it.
You can have a missed opportunity. You can have a moment you need to take responsibility for. Take responsibility for it instead of just saying, God called us to do it. And that's why I think he's so emotional about it, is because he can't take just a sliver of responsibility for the fact that maybe there was some backlash. But
what if he actually believes that God has called him to do it?
He does, clearly.
So he has a conviction to not apologize, but to say, hey, God has called me in my church to be this way. I have the same, here's my argument with, because it's preference, right? Like I have the same problem with the local church here where we live. It irks me when I see Eminem and Linkin Park and Bruno Mars songs played in church. They honestly, regardless of what I believe, they honestly believe
they're doing the right thing, right?
That they are doing the right thing, and somewhere, somehow, someone's life is being impacted.
Sure.
And they believe that they'll go short of sin to get there, and that looks more like Jesus than other churches. What do you say to that?
I think there was a statement that was said to me recently about it's not right, it's just reality. And it was in the church context. And I genuinely asked that person, at what point does reality start to trump what's right, and then there's no line of truth anymore? The line of truth of what we can be held accountable to. And there is something to be said for 1 Timothy and Jude and a couple other pastors that talk about elders and pastors in the church to be held accountable for the responsibility they hold as pastors. What I am not saying is, I did not say he's unfit. I'm not saying he needs to be fired. What I'm saying is there's a line you need to hold of accountability of, like Paul says this. Like, this is a conversation I have all the time as a pastor. Well, what about weed? It's legal here in Colorado. Or what about this? And what about I smoke cigarettes? Is that a sin? Or I do this, and that's not necessarily a sin. Paul says not all things are permissible, but not all things are beneficial. And you can use that in an isolated term, but he's using it in a universal term that's not only just isolated to issues, but it's also to the church. And so I sit there and I go, sure, what he said is permissible, was it beneficial to the church? And should he be held accountable to what he said and the implications of what he said? And so all I'm saying is there needs to be a bit of responsibility of, back to your point, he genuinely believes that. Okay, right now, if you sat in a room with someone who was convinced by a bunch of professors that God is LGBTQ affirming, and that they are right, and that God has no problem with homosexual sin, you would not, 12 people in that room, pastors, going, here's biblical structure of how that is not true. You would not go, but they genuinely believe that. No, that's heresy. So what I'm not saying what he just did was complete heresy, but I'm saying we're trotting a line where we hold our own denominational belief to this, and it gets the line where it's like we're being so hated that we're like Jesus right now. Like you're putting yourself on a pedestal, and that's really what I see here. And it's just really, it goes to the whole vein of what we're seeing, like the whole, I got bread in my, like the whole vibe of that church is just like, And I just can't, I just wish he would have sat down and said, I believe God called it to us. Maybe we, in our own interpretation of what was asked of us, maybe we missed the mark a little bit, but I don't think we completely failed. I would have total respect and genuine grace for that comment. But the fact that it's played out just constantly, the devils are coming against us, basically calling people in the church who also have the same beliefs, the devil, and then saying that this whole thing was God's plan and we didn't mess it up at all. I can't support that. And I think that's just where I get so heated. So
good take.
Again, I'm not saying Mike Todd needs to be fired and he's a terrible person and he works with the devil. I don't think that.
He's just saying pastor, he got bread in his pocket.
You got to be responsible. Dang,
he's got bread in his pocket.
Bread in his pocket. But here we go. We got another transformation pastor is yet again on the docket because a trailer came out for FX.
So this
Tell
trailer
us what they released.
So there is a new documentary coming out, dropping this, I think, in 2 weeks.
May 19th.
May 19th. So hopefully, let's see, because we're going to double record.
The third Friday.
Let me see who's back in town. We're out of town for a little bit.
Third Friday.
So maybe we'll be back and we can do a pod.
Hopefully.
After it drops. Maybe we'll do like a special edition pod where me and Sam sit down and react to it. The whole thing. You want to do that?
Spanish watch.
Huh? So you would do that? We should do that. We sit here.
Just sit here and watch a 30-minute episode go, oh my
God. But this is the trailer, and then we'll get some reactions and thoughts on what's happening. Ooh, let me turn the audio up. Okay, here we go.
The truth doesn't go anywhere just because you cover it up.
The horror music.
I don't like you, but I love you.
Hillsong is a megachurch, and Carl Lentz is the celebrity pastor.
Carl is so charming.
People idolize him.
There is a sense that pastors can be...
He's so special.
It was cool. Carl was this mega superstar. And then he just disappeared.
Okay, hold on.
You do not want to be in...
He did not disappear.
You gotta let me.
Okay, go.
Because we already know what this is, bro.
Yeah.
Chair.
Yo, this is a money grab. This is smart. This is smart.
My man went to.
He grew the hair out.
Jesus
he looks like Jesus.
He went to Jesus Revolution.
He still got that V too, probably.
Cannot stress it enough.
You really got.
That's subliminal. Can't say that. That's Hillsong's hope plus the cross. That's a Hillsong symbol. They branded that crazy.
And it's a little separated.
I had some major lies.
He said, I have been unfaithful.
Carl was fired by Hillsong leader Brian Houston, but there was something larger happening at this church.
People were putting things together. Brian's unraveling was bound to happen.
They were protecting something. What are they protecting?
Brian's pushing people to the limit.
Hillsong culture is loyalty to Hillsong.
There was a series of violent criminal acts against children.
Did you cover up your father's sex abuse?
They had meetings about not telling anyone. It's child abuse, labor abuse, sexual assault.
We are fearful of what is ahead.
I've never seen anything like this.
This is a church we're talking about.
All right. To be honest, I am excited to see this because Discovery, when they did their version of this, they have a little bit more of tighter lines when they do documentaries, but FX I think they have broader, a little bit more dramatic lines, and I think they're going to say some stuff that they weren't allowed to say in Discovery.
Yeah, this is nasty. This is nasty.
It's crazy, dude.
What are we doing? This is nasty, bro.
This is Carl Lentz letting out the secrets.
No, this is Carl Lentz that's broke.
Yeah, he is.
I'm convinced. Transformation had to hire this dude because he's broke.
Are you convinced of that?
He's broke. Why else would you do this? For what? There's already a hit piece documentary. They already made it.
It looks that way, bro. It looks that way.
Is FX the same company as Discovery, right? I think they own each other.
Do they? I don't know.
I think they do.
I looked it up, and there is no release statement yet on if he was paid for this yet.
What? Come on, bro.
There's no.
Of course he was paid for this. Of course he was paid for this. Like,
all I know is if I was Carl Lentz and I was going to spill the tea on a church that just fired me, and possibly
is nasty.
Accrue a lawsuit, I would want to get paid.
This is gross. This is my NDA ran out. I need some cash. I'm not working. I just got hired. Like, this is gross. Tell me this isn't gross. Gross, bro.
Dude.
Gross. Gross. We gonna watch it.
You got the man, the myth, the legend getting he got a DUI?
Oh yeah, let's talk about that next spot for sure. But no, this is gross, bro. This is gross. I'm gonna watch it. If y'all want me and Sam to like react to it, let's talk about it though. So, what is your opinion on ex-pastors doing hit pieces? And really, what is your opinion if your ex-pastor, aka boss, did a hit piece? What is your opinion?
Listen, I will say this. As much as the inner dirt on my nose, like information person I am right now, wants to see it, I think that this is a bad move. This is a terrible move. You have done nothing for the church in doing this. You have literally decided, I know what it means to be honorable, even in the midst of disrespect, and I am going to go ahead and spew on the church that fired me. I don't care how angry you are. I don't care what your trauma is. Bro, I was a part of a church for 9 years that I wanted to be hired at, and when I walked out the door, all I got was called names and made statements about me behind my back as I walked out the door, and I left peacefully.
Yeah.
And so there is a piece here that he is dishonoring, even though he's been through trauma and hurt. I get that. That's what your counselor's for.
Yep.
At BetterHelp. Sponsor us.
Shout out BetterHelp. Shout out.
Like, that's what your counselor's for. That's not what FX is for. And he's doing more to hurt the church and Christians, especially deconstructing Christians, than he is to helping right now. And it looks like I'll be real honest of what it looks like to me. It looks like I want to blame the church's chaos for my sin.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, he's making blatant statements.
Yeah, he is.
Obviously, of like, I was in the wrong. But I wonder if there's a behind the scenes of that in this interview that's going to take place of like, but the culture and this, and it drew me in and all this stuff. And it's like, no, you cheated on your wife. That's blanket. You didn't.
That's a good point.
You didn't.
All of this is because you cheat on your wife.
You didn't disappear.
And now you're going to go make a documentary.
You cheated on your wife and you got fired.
Yeah.
And it got like, honestly.
Yeah. And you didn't confess.
You didn't confess. You got caught. And so this is why I have a whole problem
making
with this.
Yeah. So, what is that?
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan. But okay. I will still 100% I will still watch it. But what it does for the church, nothing. It hurts the church.
I'm going to play this quick clip and then we'll get to some music, then we out. So to give some context, T.D. Jakes partnered with Wells Fargo. That can mean up to $1 billion in inclusive communities. So I'm going to play just a little bit.
Wells Fargo are announcing a 10-year partnership to build communities for all income levels. Now, this partnership includes a commitment of up to $1 billion with a B from Wells Fargo to help pay for various projects. Their first project is a mixed income housing and retail development outside Atlanta. The nearly 95-acre property is a former Army base, Fort McPherson, which is right next to Tyler Perry Studios. The T.D. Jakes Group is a conglomerate of 4 business units. T.D. Jakes Ministries and T.D. Jakes Foundation, those are nonprofits, while T.D. Jakes Enterprises and T.D. Jakes Real Estate Ventures are for-profit entities.
Okay, so we'll stop there.
T.D. Jakes.
So here's my question to you.
So much T.D. Jakes.
What is your opinion on pastors and outside ventures? Are you in favor of it? Are you discouraged by it? T.D. Jakes, the whole nine. Give us your perspective.
history in this. Okay. I think this again is where we have to have a line. I think there are some things that are good and beneficial, but there are some things that are very bad. And I will just tell you that in my experience, when the nonprofit pastor tries to create for profits and doesn't know the lines well, you're trotting the line of illegal.
What is the lines?
I'm not a businessman, so I don't know all the lines, but I'm telling you from my experience now, like literally last week, there is back responsibility to the fact that a pastor in our city has done this. I don't know if I would imagine T.D. Jakes has all the people to do this well. I don't necessarily think it's wrong. Here's where the line gets weird. I'll tell you this much, is when a pastor decides, I'm going to do real estate for the nonprofit, and then I want a piece of it. So that's where it gets weird. And I don't know his situation. Yeah. So hopefully that's not like, this isn't like a loop ring of just embezzlement.
Hopefully
it's not.
Hopefully it's not. Who knows? I think that the context also, two things. This is not a part of the church. I didn't see Potter's House anywhere, so that's good.
Correct. This is awesome. T.D. Jakes' ministry.
And they also alluded to it later on in the video, so that happened. Right. I just want to say that. Second of all, what makes this nasty is Wells Fargo, because Wells Fargo is one, allegedly, ain't nobody can sue us, but allegedly is one of the worst banks of all time. I actually might have experience with that specific bank.
Yeah.
I'm talking like just crazy practices specifically to black people. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of interesting that their name is on it. They do allude to, hey, there's a new administration there. And so it's different times, because T.D. Jakes also said, hey, yeah, Wells Fargo is also nasty. But cool. I just wanted your opinion on
$1 billion
on just ministry leaders and intermixing that with
you got to be careful.
Real estate,
get a lawyer,
corporations, and all that stuff.
Get a lawyer.
So let's wrap it up. I got songs to play. This
is shot in triple wide, dog.
Oh heck yeah, 4K triple wide. This one is interesting. I want you to judge if you could play in your church or not. I think it's a little bit long, so it depends on what kind of church. I'm not recommending this for your church, though.
You can cut anything you need, by the way. So I would explain how you would do that with multi-tracks, but multi-tracks doesn't sponsor us.
So this is Show Me Your Glory, Planet Shakers.
Oh, look at that door out in the wilderness.
Very atmospheric.
Piano sounds great. I'll say that much. Oh, it's Jesus himself. No, I'm just kidding.
I knew Sam would hate the unison choir. I knew he would hate it.
No, that's not it. It's the whitewashed door opening to
this lady, this Australian.
Oh, come on, video director! Like, come into the room,
Yeah, You're right.
What is that spaceship? They're basically just like a Hillsong copy, right?
Yeah.
What is that spaceship, dude? That's ugly. So far, you can play this in your church, I guess. Okay, nice Old Testament reference. Super predictable. I've never heard this in my life. I can guess the melody.
Did I hit? No.
I think you hit that. I was like, what's happening?
Okay.
So
yeah, that's the genesis of it. Let's go. A little bop to it.
Their engineer loves atmosphere and high end. I can tell you that much.
Bro, just wait to the bridge.
It hurts.
That double.
Why isn't the whole song like this? That's what we call a pocket groove right there.
Come on.
That's a pocket groove.
Half timed it in the middle. Then it gets a little crazy because so this part is dope. If you're like in the car, if you're worshiping, if you have that type of church that will give space and room, and you have the congregational base that will allow this, awesome. But I would have cut it there.
Actually, this is a good conversation because this is a conversation that I've been having in my own life.
Yeah.
What does it look like? We say that if your church is like culturally willing to do this, I would say every church has the ability to do this if they are shepherded well.
Yeah, absolutely.
If there is a worship pastor who will not just no, let's pray out in the spirit, but actually a pastor who will say, let's use this time to lead them to something.
So you add context to it and help.
Yeah, take them to, what is this, probably like a 2-minute breakdown? Mm-hmm. Take the minute, lead them to show me your glory. All right, let's revere the Lord and kneel at the feet of Jesus and revere him as king, and then start to profess, holy, holy is the Lord. Something, and instead of like just being like, well, my church just does. I've heard way too many worship leaders go, my church is just worship. We try to do the prophetic spontaneous, and it's like, well, you're probably not leading it well, to be honest. Yeah. But yes, these are dope. This is dope.
Yeah.
I just wish the front half wasn't so 90s because that halftime beat is dope.
That was dope. So literally, they're still going.
What is this? What is this candlelight service? What was that? That looked cool.
You'll see.
I still hate that, bro. I still hate that spaceship, though.
It's not even a screen. That's the sad part.
Are they? That's CGI.
That's CGI. It has to be. They're overlaying it with something.
Yeah, they're
overlaying the screen. No?
No, yeah. So what they're doing is they put it on that screen, but in the video, you can see it going off people's heads. Yeah. That would be such an insurance claim if that was real.
Just hanging.
You know what? We want to release.
As a tech guy, you're like, yo, all that's falling.
We want to release
like
3,000 candles at once.
Bro, listen to musically.
Oh, dude.
Come on.
Bro, Come on. Bro, if you like this, I got a band for you.
They did some.
Just the guy there. I do love that he had a cowbell though. Yeah. Can you imagine just like that cowbell? That was so sick.
That walk down. And it goes big. Cool. So that's Show Me Your Glory. And then I got one more. This is called King of It All, Generation Music.
Generation Church.
Featuring Gregory Burnett and Meredith something. Check them out.
Is this the chick from Upper Room? The blonde chick? She used to be a part of
I don't
Upper
think
Room.
so.
Bro, I'm pretty sure. We'll find out. If it's a blonde chick who's tall, yep.
Yeah,
so she used to be a part of Upper Room.
Okay. She'll sing this at y'all's church. We'll see.
Where the Spirit is, Lord,
lifts.
Freedom is here. Where the Spirit is, Lord, I'm free.
Come on.
It's good.
Bars.
Where the Spirit is,
It's 8 words. Just in different
True. 8 words of truth.
Yeah, 100%.
8 words of truth, bro.
100%. Dude.
I do my research when I come up in
here.
here.
He did 16 bars and just straight.
Where the Spirit is, Lord, I'm free.
I was hoping he'd go up on that. Seems like it's the same melody over just bass chords. So that's nice.
Yep.
Where the Spirit is, Lord.
Remix that.
Is here
So come be the Lord of my heart.
Yes.
Come take the throne of my soul.
Yes.
Ruler of heaven and earth. Come be the king of it all.
Bro.
Come be the Lord of my heart.
My worship pastor will hear about this.
Come take the throne
That was a weird way to say it.
soul.
But she is my pastor. She pastors me in worship.
Come on.
Come be the king of it all.
Wow. She's going to know about this song.
Homeless find home. The broken are whole. Homeless come home. The King is enthroned. Homeless find home. The broken are whole. Homeless come home. Come be the Lord of my heart.
Oh, yeah. Give me that beat, dude. I can take like but I can take. I can take more kicks than that. Please play this in your church.
So you get the gist of that. Let's go to the bridge.
All those songs. Great song.
And bring it and then all the way up. All right, y'all. We riding out. Thank y'all so much for another episode.
Thank you for listening. We are going to we're gonna go get therapy.
We're gonna have the same clothes on next episode too. But we're gonna go get therapy. We love you. Subscribe to the channel, like, comment below where you're watching from. Do song suggestions too. Let's listen to some songs that y'all are. So throw those down and suggestions.
If you write your own music and you're a
send
worship leader, send it.
We
will feature it if
Christian artist.
I'm gonna be honest. If I listen to it and it's trash,
he won't say anything. He just won't play it.
I just won't play it. But if you're a local musician, worship leader, send it our way.
Peace out.
Peace.